Good morning everyone, it's Richard from Seeker Training. Thank you very much for all coming today. It's a lovely Wednesday for Step Up. As you can see, it's the 39th, and I will put myself on the main screen. There we go. Nice little headband and everything. So, let's just get the paperwork out of the way. If you haven't got doctor's authorization, please get doctor's authorization to exercise. If not, you can always fill out my PARQ health questionnaire, which is actually pinned underneath this post if you're on my website or on Facebook, or it's pinned at the top, the very top of my Facebook page if you scroll up. Right, that all dealt and done with. I hope you all had a nice time on Monday with the pre-recorded one. I know it was very similar to the Friday, but I thought let's just expand it a little bit and try and enjoy it. I hope you had a nice time, and I hope you're going to have a nice time this morning. Good morning! So it's a lovely hot day. It's going to get hot and sticky and sweaty. I'm sorry, not my fault, I don't control the weather, but let's enjoy it. Right, so the talk today is about fasting. And a quick side note, on YouTube there is a channel called Buff Dudes. Yes, it sounds very macho and testosterone driven. It is, but the last video they did was all about going on 7 days on a chicken and broccoli diet only, and what the results are after a week. And it was very enlightening. It was. It basically goes to prove that you lose water weight really quickly when you're not having many carbohydrates. They say it's a zero carbohydrate diet, even though broccoli is carbohydrate based. It's a fibre inside it which they tend to ignore. Basically, carb-free diets tend to be refined carbs, so not natural ones. Anyway, so back to fasting. What is fasting? Fasting is going without something. Not just, a lot of people use it for food. You can do it for a lot of things. You can fast activities. You can fast shopping, clothing, not recommended, especially on stream, or food and water. Fasting for a lot of the people, especially around where I live, Ramadan's very big with the culture, and they fast. They go without food and water. What the Christians know as a Daniel fast, but not for 40 days. Because Daniel basically fasted, he never had water or food for 40 days. Ramadan, you're not allowed to eat during daylight hours. There's pros and cons for that. They tend to overeat when they get to the dark times, so basically it can be detrimental to their body, but most fasts tend to be going without calorie consumption, huge calorie consumption. I'd say over 20 calories in a sitting. So that's possibly just a drink without milk or sugar. So what is fasting good for? Fasting is very good for getting your insulin resistance down. Insulin resistance is when you have too many carbs, too many sugars. Your body gets used to it. It basically it's like getting a fish tank and just putting sand in every day. The level will go up at the bottom, so that means less water can get in. This is very similar to insulin resistance. That's how people become diabetic, because the insulin resistance is so high, they need so much insulin to try and get everything working that they need a medication to actually counteract it. So it's also a good way of actually losing weight and water weight as well. I'm on a fast at the moment. I do what's called a 16-8 fast. I fast for 16 hours and then eat the normal number of calories I have in a 24-hour period in 8 hours. Quite difficult. So what does that mean? I tend not to eat after 9 o'clock at night, and I let it go through sleeping. Then I have my first meal is lunchtime. I find that the best for me. Some people do the 5-2 fast, where you basically eat for 5 days, fast for 2 days. I can't remember which way around it is. I hope it's that way. If it's the other way around, you be careful. I lost what I was going to say then. Right, pros and cons of fasting. Yes, pros. Lose body weight, water weight, very good to actually start firing the fat burning cells, especially if you do cardio whilst fasting before you have your first meal. But cons, you can be hungry. Okay, when you first start, you may be hungry at the beginning, because what happens is when you, I'm taking this off, I'm already sweating already enough as it is. When you start your fast, whenever you normally eat, your body tells you that you're hungry by producing a hormone called ghrelin. Ghrelin, in my experience, can be a learnt hormone response, which means if you eat at a certain time every day, you will get hungry at that certain time of day, or if you do a certain activity. If you go to the cinema and you eat, when you go there, your brain will automatically think, I remember this, I'll get you hungry. So then you'll think, oh, I am hungry, but you're not. It's ghrelin. That's what we need to get in. That's what fasting is good for as well. It controls ghrelin. It reduces the amount of time it actually has to activate and gets it back into homeostasis with the rest of your body. So you get taught, so you can't unlearn what you've learned in the ghrelin. So just be careful of that. Okay, so whenever you're hungry, that's why I always say drink water first to fill you up to see if you really are hungry, or if it's just a ghrelin response. Also, when you exercise, particularly in weights and cardio, if you're fasted, you will find that you will only work at around about 75%. So if you do 1 rep max, or if you try to lift heavy, you'll find it difficult. Okay, you won't be able to work as hard. So you might, if you're going for hypertrophy, you're getting for bigger muscles, it's not ideal. If you go for hypertrophy, I would actually exercise after you've broken your fast. Basically about an hour and a half afterwards. Get yourself energized, get your muscles full of the energy which you require. Otherwise, if you want to burn fat, exercise like I'm doing now whilst on a fast. You burn more fat. But you will sweat, you will get tired. Okay, so that's over and done with. Good morning, everyone. Excellent. Right, well, enjoy your bike, and I hope she comes back. Yes, I hope she comes back and watches later on. Now that I've rambled. Right, so what we'll do is we'll start. We've got the step. Start with just 1 set this week, not 2. And we've got dumbbells and water. No mat today because it's all standing based. Also, I've got my cleaning stuff for clients at weekend, so I can clean all my weights for them. So please excuse all the mess. Charity shops around here still aren't open, so we're still in a state, unfortunately. But we'll get over it. Right, so let's start by warming up. So let's march on the spot. I hope you're all. I really can't get my words out at the moment. Anyway, right, on the health side, on the hospital front, my wife has a consultation appointment on Friday morning on the phone, so I can still do the class, but depending on what happens there, higher knees, depending on what happens then, depends on whether I'll be able to do any kind of sessions over the weekend or the Monday session. I will try my best to record something if need be. People who actually I have personal training sessions with, I'll try and keep those appointments as much as possible, but I will give you as much notice as possible. Right, let's go wider. Get those arms moving as well. So I just thought I'd let you know, people who are watching this on YouTube many months in advance, you can ignore that. That's it, good, right. I'm going to do some reach overs, get your body going. Good news as well, I've passed one of my courses, exercise referral, so no more having to send people to the doctor for minor ailments or controlled ailments. I can deal with it now. I could do before, but I wasn't I didn't have the piece of paper to say that I'm insured to do it. So I'm glad that I am now. Right, nice and easy. We're going to do it up, up, down, down on the step. So it's up, up, down, down. I think this is the just sliding around like no business because there's no mat underneath it. Well, that's why you need to depress downwards. Excellent. How are you doing? Doing all right? Yeah, I can hear you. I can. Keep on going. We're just doing a nice, easy warm-up. Getting ready for changing feet. Oh, I should have started with sign language, shouldn't I? I'm trying to practice to get things going. Can't remember what changes though now. I get mental blanks. Right, and change feet. You might laugh. Rest. Rest is. It rhymes with what it looks like. So. Excellent, good. So we're doing 1.5 minutes on each leg, just nice and easy at the moment. Let's get things going. Oops. Sorry, it started twisting a little bit too much. Got another 30 seconds left. These long step sessions, especially long ones like this, I'm trying to figure out what to say now. Shame about gyms not going back when people expected. So, class at Civic Hall might not be going on as when I hoped. And let's march on the spot, just to finish off the warm-up. So it might be late July now. Don't understand why people can go to the pubs and not go to the gyms. I don't know. They've got professionals to tell them what's what. Right, are you ready? We can start with up, up, side, side, up, up, back.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise
So,
1.1.
Up, side, side, up, up, back. Up, up, side, side, up, back. That's it, good. Though, I have heard something today that DW Sports, the sports department at the bottom in Burnley, is closing down, so they might have some good deals. Unfortunately, I personally think that the gym above won't last very much longer due to that. So I hope it does, and I hope the people, if they do actually
3,
made redundant,
2,
find a
1.
job quickly.
Change.
Excellent. Right, we're going to do some ABC rowers. So pull back, almost like you're trying to be in a rower, stick your bottom back. We're doing quite a few of these this time.
Three,
And
2, 1.
let's do the same one,
Exercise
side one,
1.2.
but with changed legs. I personally think, unfortunately, a lot of gyms and leisure centres will find it very difficult to operate, especially the longer it goes in the lockdown. And some of the smaller operators, like myself, will find it very, very difficult. But as long as we're helping you, I don't think it really matters as long as we help
3,
you.
2, 1.
Right,
Change.
so we'll do ABC rower again. So you bring your hands almost like your thumbs are touching and your shoulder blades back. Don't have to go too far down, just a little bit.
3, 2,
So you can even get a bit of
1.
speed up.
Exercise
Right, we're just going to go
1.3.
up, down, down on one foot. I'm going to start on the pink this time. I do like to confuse myself. So I'm going to go down Burnley today. I've got something I need to finish off and hopefully I'll have a surprise ready for Friday. I haven't spoiled the surprise, but there may be a surprise on Friday. I don't know if it's a good surprise yet. Five seconds, and then we'll go to active rest.
3, 2, 1.
Active rest is just flick your feet out. I like to call this active rest. It's the easiest one to do. And it's very low impact because your feet don't really leave the floor very much. You've always got one foot on the floor. So remember, we're going to start on the opposite leg this time.
3, 2, 1.
And let's go.
Exercise 1.4.
Oh, started the wrong leg. There we go. It's a lot easier on carpet. They all have the pros and cons. On here, at least then you can actually put things on the floor and do use sliding mats. On carpet you can't really unless you've got the soft ones, sorry, the smooth ones.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Right, let's do some star jumps, half star jumps. If you don't want to, you want to do low impact, star step out. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
We're going to do a new one. This we're
Exercise
going to go
1.5.
knee, back, kick out. Knee, back, kick out. Knee, back, kick out. So you like kicking out at almost like a diagonal. Getting ready to change feet. And let's change feet. Carefully you balance on the top of the stool, make sure it's pushing down fully. And you've got centre of gravity on it, so you're not stepping right on the edge. You don't want it flicking up.
3.
So it's best always to be in the middle,
1.
if you're a small one.
Change.
Right, let's just march in the spot. How are you doing? Right, let's go down, touch that mat and up. The board. Try and just
3,
bend at the waist.
2, 1. Exercise 1.6.
Excellent, good. Right, we're going to do flying now. So we're going to step up, go forward and back. Forward and back. Try not to slide on the foot. Remember, you're actually placing your foot down. If you put it at an angle, it's on a slippy floor, that's what happens. So always try and place your foot down. It's one of the major noob mistakes people do. And I still do it every so often, especially when you get a little bit
3,
tired.
2, 1.
Brilliant.
Change.
Right. Let's bend over and touch that mat again. Get those hips working. So I'm just bending at the hips, bottom going backwards.
3, 2, 1.
Right.
Exercise
Oh, last one.
1.7.
Right, up, up, right, we're going to go on the side. We're going to go up, up, side, side. So it's a little bit faster. So remember to try and not step on the side, because if you do, it'll flip over. Ready with the change feet, and change feet. Gosh, this has gone fast. Exercise going fast is good and bad. Good because it's gone fast and you feel as though you've had fun. Bad because it's
3,
like, I think I'm
2,
worth.
1. Water break.
Excellent, water break time, right. We'll move the mat in front. Definitely have some water because I'm absolutely parched. Right, I will explain the first one. Cross to lateral lunge. So I'm going to cross my pink leg across there. So I'm stepping slightly in front. Back straight, tummy tight. If you notice on my green foot, I'm going to pull up my heel, so I roll on my toes. That's the start position. What you're going to do is you're going to go over to a straight leg lunge. If you've got pain in your knee, don't go down as far, or stick your bottom back, up and back again. The reason why we're doing this, we're trying to work what's called the plantar fascia underneath to really give it a little bit of a stretch, because it doesn't normally get the love, and then we'll change over halfway through. So just be careful of things around you. You will need around about 5 feet. Depends on how tall you are. Normally it's however high you are, that's how much you need. So I need about 18 foot. Right, so 15 seconds till we start. So I'm going to get into the starting position. Remember, pick that heel up, roll onto the last 3 toes, I would say. So your small toe and the 2 before
3,
it.
2, 1. Exercise 2.1.
Let's go, so lunge and over. Lunge and over. When I lunge, this foot goes flat. I'm keeping upright at all times. I'm tummy tight, or as tight as I can. And we're going to change sides. I'll move over a little bit and let's go. Can you feel a little bit of a pull underneath your foot when you do the crossover? If you do, that's probably because it's a little bit tight.
2, 1. Change.
Brilliant, right, we're going to do frog jumps. If you don't want to do frog jumps, you can do squat jumps. If you don't want to do those, just do squats. So squat, frog jump. Go down, hands on the foot, arms on the floor, bottom back. You're going to jump up and down again. And down.
3,
Keep your tummy tight, stabilise that back.
1. Exercise 2.2.
And let's go. So the ultimate version is just a squat jump. So you're not going down all the way to the floor. Or the other one is just squatting down. It's a very primal move. It's what babies do. Try and keep your heels on the floor. So sit your bottom back. So put your hand, I tend to aim my hands in between my feet. So that means my centre of gravity is always on the same plane of existence, of movement.
3,
2, 1.
Change.
Whoa! Wasn't that a good workout, that one? Right, curtsey squat. So now we're going to go back and squat. Back and squat. The further your leg is out, the more you're going to get the
3, 2,
abduction.
1.
Sorry, abduction.
Exercise 2.3.
And pull underneath your glutes. But don't go too far that you fall over. I can go quite far back. Try and not twist your knee as well. You can see, very similar to the manoeuvre in the cross to lateral lunge, especially on the cross section. So you should get a little bit of a stretch in your plantar fascia, which is, I'll show you in a minute, but I won't show you because I won't be able to pull it
2,
out.
1. Change.
Right, so on your foot, between there and there, there's a little bit of a ribbon. That's your plantar fascia. And a lot of people who run tend to roll with a gait in the wrong way. They can hurt the feet.
3, 2,
Right, we're going to do
1. Exercise
dumbbells.
2.4.
Raise your arms in front of you, hands facing upwards. We're just going to pull back into a bicep curl. Try and do the slow motion on the way back from about 90 degrees forward. So we're putting more strain on the biceps. You can always do it at 45 degrees as well. You will actually get more strain on your biceps that way, at the lower end, not at the top end. Try not to
3,
lean back
2,
as well.
1. Change.
Excellent, good. Right, we've got the skier next. We're going to put the dumbbells down. What you're going to do is you're going to start with a split stance, like that. You're just going to forward and backwards. People who don't want to do plyometrics, you can go forward
Exercise
and back. Just walk forward and back. Okay, just make sure that you don't know, that you can see things behind you, that you don't run into them. Let's go. Okay, get those arms going as well. In the next break, I'll show you a quick test. So you know what you're doing sometimes. I never know what I'm doing. I'm Richard.
3, 2,
So I can feel the big tie.
change.
Excellent, brilliant. Right, the rest, we're going to do lateral Y raise. So we're going to, normal raise, lateral raise is there, Y raise is up onto your Y figure, and then down again. Quite
3,
easy and simple.
2, 1. Exercise
Let's go.
2.6.
How did you like the one on Friday where you had to stick your thumbs up? The thumbs up back raise. I found that very beneficial, and because your thumbs go up, your shoulder blades go down. It's a good technique to get. Ten seconds. Woo, it's getting really hot in here.
3,
The temperature
2,
is in a minute.
1. Change.
Right, put your dumbbells down. Oh, it's 26 degrees in here. I'm slow boiling. Right, so hands behind your ears or across your chest. Behind your ears are better because it keeps your back nice and straight, brings your shoulder blades
3,
back. We're
2,
going to bend over.
1. Exercise
And come back.
2.7.
So bend over, try and keep those knees straight. So we're working the hamstrings and the lower back. If you put your hands over your chest, you can have a tendency of rounding your back like that. That's why I like my hands up there. Not too bad for people with high blood pressure because you're still moving. But if you get tired, put it over your chest, but try and keep your shoulder blades back. Like if I put my hands on my shoulders like that, it keeps my shoulder blades back and down.
3,
But they're not as
2,
high.
1. Water break.
Excellent, water break. Right, so this little test. See if you're very good at doing overhead motions. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick your hands by your ears and you're going to do a squat by keeping as upright as possible. And if you notice, if your arms go down in front of you, you don't have as much mobility in your shoulders. So if you do any kind of weights above you, the weights will be slightly in front, which means you can actually be putting strain in your back because you tend to overcompensate by leaning backwards. If you get a slight pain in your back, that's what you're doing. So try and really tighten that tummy up. Okay, a little bit of free advice there. That'll be 25 quid. No. Right, are you ready for the cross to lateral lunge in 33 seconds? Whoa, how are you lot doing? I've only just washed these, I'm going to have to wash up again. Going through them like raging nuts. I've got 4 pairs. Well, I've got 3 because Ellen has lost a pair. Don't know where. How could you lose a pair of Dayglow sweatpants? I don't know. You get a guide counter out, you'll find them. Right, so we're going to start
3,
in the cross position.
2, 1.
And let's go.
Exercise 3.1.
So lunge and back. It's a good warm up this if you go running. Do 10 on either foot. And swap sides. So remember, try and keep that the stable leg, which is not moving very much, straight when you go into the lunge. If you don't get it, that just means that your hamstrings are a little bit tighter than normal.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Right, frog jump. Oh. Okay, whose hair have I got in my head? It's not mine. It's my colour, but it's Eleanor's. Quite long. Don't ask him how that got in there. So remember squat position.
3,
if you want to,
2,
get down, hands between
1.
your feet.
Exercise
And jump up.
3.2.
If you want to do the squat jump, you don't have to go down as far, not as energetic, or just do squats. If you get too tired, do what I do. Talk to the camera, have a rest. Oh, and tell you my tricks. Ten seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Anyone with osteoporosis or anything like that, I would not recommend plyometrics. Or anyone with high blood pressure, or low blood pressure either. Right, curtsey squats.
Three,
2,
1.
1. So we're going to go back across,
Exercise 3.3.
up, and back again. Excellent, good work. Very good. Better. There we go. Seven seconds left.
3, 2, 1. Change.
Brilliant. Right, we're going to do the raised. Raised front bicep curls. Hard to get out, especially after those frog jumps. Or I've written down fog jumps.
3,
Frog jumps on there,
2,
fog jumps on that
1.
one.
Exercise 3.4.
That's dyslexia. The other day, couldn't spell analysis. Can now, but it just didn't look right when I looked at the proper spelling as well. The horrible thing about dyslexia, just anything, even incorrect, can look wrong. You can spend hours trying to find out that you are actually right in the first place. Right, you ready for skier in a minute? 7 seconds left.
3, 2.
So this is another
1.
one where people can attempt
Change.
to arc back. So if you get bad back, probably because you've got very undeveloped back or abs, to counteract that for the moment, you can always do it while sat down. That stabilises your pelvis.
1.
Right, so we're going to
Exercise
do skier.
3.5.
I'll move forward a little bit. Or shall I move backwards? No, I'll move forwards. And backwards. Yes, I'm a wally you know about. Ten seconds. Try not to keep your legs locked out when you do this. Always keep a little
3,
bit of a bend up.
2, 1. Change.
Oh, this is the third set as well. Oh, I keep forgetting about that. Right. Lateral Y raises. All the counts going up.
2, 1. Exercise 3.6.
Y. So if you ever did an I, it could be an I raise, W raise, Y raise, X raise. You can have alphabet soup. So try and keep your palms facing forward if possible. That's the most natural position for your shoulders. Try and keep your shoulder blades down as well, because otherwise if you hunch up, it will actually
3, 2,
overactivate your traps.
1. Change.
Easiest. And change for good mornings. So if you want extra weight, you can't put your hands there. You can always hold your dumbbells close to your chest. But as I was saying, if you can't keep your hands up,
3,
put your hands on your
2,
shoulder like that, and you
1.
keep your shoulder blades back.
Exercise 3.7.
So let's go. So bend over, a nice figure of 7. Stretch those hamstrings. Or work those hamstrings. We're not really stretching them at the moment. Just trying to work them, get the blood flow into it. And I must admit, I am now starting to feel very tired because I've not had any carbs. I won't be eating until about 1 o'clock. So, as I said with fasting, there's a win-lose ratio, and you do get tired faster. You can also
3,
start
2, 1. Water break.
Right, water break until the core. Right. With fasting as well, due to the lack of carbs, you can feel tired at the start of it, so you can want to fall asleep quite a lot until your body starts getting used to burning fat. It takes about a week for your body to really adapt into it. Just drink plenty of water. And I know it's counteractive. A lot of people say it's counteractive. Oh, well, I've just lost my water weight. Why should I be drinking water? No, drink water because it'll go straight through. Okay? It'll just hydrate your body, and you won't keep what you need because you haven't got the extra carbohydrates there to hold on to the extra water. You know, remember the 3 to 4 grams of extra weight per gram of carbohydrates left in your body? If you ain't got that, you ain't gonna hold on to any more. So drink as much water as you can. Keep your blood thin. Right, so we're going to do oblique jacks. I haven't put the numbers on. We're going to do 20. So we're going to go side to side to side. So osteoporosis people, be careful. Don't want to do really big jerks, but if you want a bit of a cardio session, you're going to hop in. So we're going to do 20, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Standing twists. We're going to put our arms up to our ears, or arms up there.
3,
we're going to go around
1.
Side to side.
Core 3 times 2.
We'll do 20 of those. And then we're going to do wide, alternating toe touches. Keep your legs straight, but don't lock them out. We're going to bend over and do 20 of those. That's 1, 2. If you get dizzy, stop, sit down, have a quick breather, maybe go to knees. Okay? It's hot weather, you will get dizzy faster. So right, you ready? Let's go to the jacks and let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Brilliant. Nice and easy now. Arms out. 1, 2, 3. Only do it 4 till it's nicely uncomfortable and not too painful. I think that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If you get dizzy, just look forward. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, let's change over. So slightly wider than shoulder width apart. With a bend at the waist, so bottom backwards. And let's go. Try and keep those shoulder blades nice and back so you're not rounding your shoulders like that. If you can't get it all the way down, don't bother. 5, 6, might not be 6, but I don't care now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, how are you doing? 19, 20. Brilliant. Have a good breathing, we'll do that again. Or as how Joey in House of Friends says, how are you doing? Very bad impression, I know, sorry. Right, get your breath back. Let's have a quick drink of water, because I must admit I need more and more. I've drunk about 500 millilitres of this already. Right, so oblique jacks. Are you ready? And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Standing twist. Let's look forward so we don't get dizzy. 1, 2, try and keep your hips still. 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a thoracic motion. 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, oops, excuse me, 12, water burp, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's going to come a time when I start running out of things to say in the test at the beginning, so the talk at the beginning, so I might talk about body parts. Right, let's go. So that's 1, 2, 3. The one where I help keep my shoulders back. 5 is to put the opposite hand behind. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Brilliant. Whoa, I am literally dripping with sweat. Oh, that was brilliant. So let's just walk in the spot. I'm going to walk backwards and forwards. Nice and easy. Get your breathing down. The oblique jacks will actually raise your heart rate up a bit. And all the twisting makes it pump a little bit more as well. So let's just get it down because we're actually doing standing stretches. We want your heart rate to equalise with how fast you're pumping from your calves. Now if you want to know about fluid control, look about lymphatic systems. It's very interesting, the flow of lymphatic systems. So if you have problems with your calves or anything like that, swelling up, lymphatic massage is brilliant. It will help reduce it. Right, almost done. 50 seconds. I'm just going to keep on walking now. I know it's a bit boring, but just think about that workout you've just done. You've burnt quite a few calories, extra calories because of the heat and sweating. Remember to hydrate yourself. Now most people ask, how much water are you supposed to have? A lot of people say 2 litres. There is a debate. Depending on how much you do, anything could be up to 4 litres a day, depending how much you work. If you work out in the gym a lot, you probably need 4 litres, probably 2 in the morning, 2 mid-afternoon to evening. Don't drink it all at once, you don't want to drown your liver. Right.
3, 2.
Excellent. So we're going to stand, shoulder width
Cool
apart,
down.
and we're going to do the one stretch. So we're going to bend over at the hips, nice and easy. I like to run my hands down my thigh. It's not an odd thing to do. It's just so I can actually keep my centre of gravity perfect. So I'm not leaning forward, putting extra pressure on my knees, back of my calves. How are you doing? Are you doing this? Are you alright? Good. Feel those back of the legs yet? Right, let's go to one foot. Lift it up. Feel that calf. If you actually move it out slightly, you'll feel that it actually starts pulling a little bit more on the outside. If you put it inwards, you'll feel it start pulling a little bit more inside. Depends on where you've got your actual your foot at the time, because it's how your foot rests on the floor. And let's change legs. So again, if you go out, you should feel it slightly differently, especially in the hamstrings. And this one I can't get as far inwards because I'm a bit tighter just there. Excellent, good. Right, we're going to go up to halfway with it. Like stance a little bit further out because we've already done quite a few inner leg ones with a twist. No, sorry, with a twist. Stick the bottom out in the opposite way you're twisting. Really stretch the inside of that leg. Get that hip up. Get the hip up. Oh, that's a different one. And stretch over with the opposite arm to whichever leg you've got straight. Back to the middle, swap to the other side. Two, one, back to the middle, forward, roll that spine up, nice and easy. Excellent. As you get to the top, your shoulder blades round over and back and down. Stand up. If you want, you can put your hand on something. What we're going to do is we're going to get our thigh stretch in. Try and get that knee slightly behind the other knee. And clench the bum to do anterior pelvic tilt. So don't try and lean forward too much. Hello. Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. She's good, doing right. Sorry, walkers. It's always nice to know people. Right, we're going to swap legs now. If you can do it without touching anything, that's brilliant. Good for your balance, but be careful, people. Especially the older you get, the harder your balance is. If you've got problems with your ears, blocked up ears, colds, your balance will go as well. You can see I'm putting my hand out just to give me a little bit of balance on this leg, because this is my unbalanced leg. Three, two, one. Excellent, good. Oh, right, shake it off. Right, let's reach up. And we'll bend over. Stretch those obliques. Two, one, opposite side. Right, what we're going to do is try and get our shoulder blades down. So you're going to go, well, let's put our arms down. What we're going to do is go around our shoulder blades down and back over. And down and back to the front. And down and back to the front. One more. Excellent. Cup your hands again above your head. As the clock said, I've got 10 seconds left. I'm on time for once. I'm getting good at this.
3, 2, 1. Your timer is complete.
Excellent, and release. And thank you very much all for coming. I really hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's been quite warm, but let's enjoy the day. Okay, so everything will be on as normal, as I said. Depending on what the hospital says on Friday, depends on whether they're going to be pre-recorded or whether they're going to be live for the next week. I don't know what's going on. Victoria might have to be taken to hospital. Don't know if it's a quick thing or it's going to be a couple of weeks on. So we'll play it by ear, and hopefully I'll, God willing, see you all on Friday. So take care all. See you later. Bye for now.